Hey, good evening, everybody. Well, we got a lot of chatters out there already. Holy cow! Look up here. We already got about 30 chat messages. We got a lot to go over tonight, guys. I'm going to kind of give a quick recap what we can expect tonight, tomorrow, as well as a kind of a teaching moment on what I was seeing last night. If you guys recall, I did a post where things were looking about the same. However, a little bit concerned that we might see a little bit of that mixed precipitation. Well, that's exactly what has kind of unfolded here. And so we're going to kind of go into that and what I was looking at, what data I was looking at to know that we might get some freeze and drizzle, some sleet, snow mix, that sort of thing. We'll kind of go into that as well. First off, what you're looking at right now is this very, very broad storm. Geographically, this is a very, very large storm. However, it's not a very strong storm. So, we're not getting a whole bunch of lifting and winds like we did back January 5th and 6th, 7th. That's what this storm is. And with the LRC Weather 2020, we won't get into that. I know we do have quite a few new members that are here in the stream tonight, but I encourage you to take a look at some of my previous posts and videos on the LRC. We were talking about this storm that is coming in tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. We were talking about that storm back in November, right around Thanksgiving. So the LRC is such an invaluable tool that we have here that I use in my long range forecasting. So pretty excited about what the future holds with Weather 2020 and the LRC. So what you're looking at when you see the pinks right here, that is winter storm warning. And that is encompassing part of west central Missouri. That includes Cass, Johnson, Benton, Henry, and Bates County. But just because you might not be in the pink doesn't mean you're not going to get anything. Okay, that's where the heaviest snow amounts are likely going to be. But the purple that you see around that is a winter weather advisory. So, whether or not we get 3 inches of snow or if we get 5 inches of snow, it really doesn't matter because the effects out on the roads is not going to be any significantly worse or better regardless of how much snow that we get. However, because of this advent of this freeze and drizzle that we have, this is still out ahead of the main storm system that will be ejecting into the middle part of the country and affecting us here in west central Missouri well after midnight tonight. So this is just kind of a precursor of what we've got. So, I know we have a thin layer of ice that is sitting out there right now. I know since about a little before 5 o'clock. Since about 4:30, it started coming down at a pretty good clip where it was starting to form on the hoods of the vehicles, the windshields, and I started getting some reports back from members of Subby's Weather Talk. You guys recall that is one of the reasons why on February 25th we are having a storm spotter class here at the Benson Center, so that we can get more people qualified to be able to get reports into the National Weather Service. It was because of your all's reports talking about some freeze and drizzle. I seen freeze and drizzle myself. I want to show you guys how that affects forecast for the entire area. And as you guys know, I am part of the Henry County Emergency Management. I have access to meteorologists at the National Weather Service in St. Louis, Kansas City, and Springfield 24/7, 365 days a year. So we typically always have constant communication between ourselves. And take a look at the report that I sent them. I'm going to show you a picture here real quick. So I sent this report back in at 5:08 this evening that for the last hour we've had freeze and drizzle with some elevated surfaces having a thin glaze. They appreciated the report. They've been discussing the potential for freeze and drizzle, mainly focused south on Highway 50. That's what they're seeing on the radar. They're seeing that there could be some freeze and drizzle. Well, then, of course, using my message above and high resolution model support for a period of freeze and drizzle, they went ahead and issued a warning out for from Miami, Pettis, and southward to let people know, hey, there's a possibility get a glaze of ice. To be careful when you're out on the roadways. So just from your reports, we were able to warn thousands of people in those counties to let them know what is going on outside. So that's the reason why your reports are so useful and invaluable. And of course, that's what we do at Subby's Weather Talk on our Facebook group. Everybody share road conditions. They share what's going on in their neck of the woods. And then I relay that up to the National Weather Service. And in Subby's Weather Talk group, we do have the meteorologists from the National Weather Service in our group. Now, they typically don't talk a whole lot. They're not very chatty. But during severe weather and situations like we have tonight, they will go on our group and they will look for pictures. They will look for reports so that when they're looking at radar here, reports here, they can come together and give a good forecast and advisories out ahead of where that location might be. So very, very invaluable, guys. So thank you guys so much for all the reports that have come in so far tonight. Keep them coming, and I will relay that information to the National Weather Service. So again, all of West Central Missouri, we've been talking about it now for several days. Whether we get 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, it's really irrelevant. As we go through the overnight hours, the roads are going to become hazardous, and tomorrow morning's commute is not going to be good. I am sure we are going to be seeing a big influx of school closings this evening and, of course, early in the morning. So you make sure go to mykdkd.com. Up at the very top, school closings and organizational closings. And we want to thank Gary's Towing definitely for providing an invaluable service to the community. You guys can go on there, see what schools are in session, which one are closed, whether or not what businesses, organizations, churches that might be closed tomorrow. So definitely check that out at mykdkd.com. Click on the closing banner there on the top of the page. We appreciate Gary's Towing for giving us the sponsorship to be able to do that for the community. So let's jump over here real quick and let's take a look at what we can expect for tonight. And I am going to be using the short-term models that we have. They don't go out very far. They don't go out about 18 hours, but it gives us a pretty good snapshot of what we can expect here locally. The short-term models such as the ARRR and the 3-kilometer NAM, what those models allow us to do is sample real-time atmospheric conditions from weather balloons, from weather stations, from people on the ground, and that really gives us a great snapshot of what we can expect. So here we are. We're going to start this off at 6 o'clock this evening. That was about 30 minutes ago. And, of course, that freeze and drizzle is not showing up. Okay, it's not showing up very good on radar either. So you have to have a very strong winter mask on radar to be able to see all this light precipitation that's falling. So this is not part of the big show that's going to be happening overnight tonight. So I'm going to put this into motion here. And right up here is your timestamp, if you forgot. Right up here on top, Tuesday, February 11th at 9 p.m. And you notice by about midnight, we start to see bands of snow. And then about 4 or 5 o'clock a.m., that's when things really start get going here in west central Missouri. We're going to be seeing several bands of moderate to heavy snow at times. And even though I know I didn't watch it, but a few people say that they're lowering the snowfall totals on TV stations, on the media stations, social media. I did lower mine down a little bit. But one thing we have to keep in mind, these models are not showing something, and that is for the potential of seeing some convective snow, meaning thunder snow. There could be a few thunderstorms out there that would provide snowfall rates of 3-4 inches an hour. So if you get underneath one of those thunderstorms that's producing snow, you could easily add an extra 2.5 inches of snowfall onto the projected totals. So that is one thing that's been really consistent all day today, is the potential to see some convective snow here in west central Missouri. So just because it might say, hey, we're only supposed to get 3, 4, 5 inches of snow, if you get underneath one of those convective bands, or two of them, you could easily walk away with 8, 9 inches of snowfall when this is over with tomorrow afternoon. So don't let your guard down. It's not fear mongering, but just to kind of give you guys an idea that if we're talking 3, 4 inches of snow and you wake up in the morning and you got 9, you're going to say, man, what happened here? But that is going to be the reason why there's such a big spread in the snowfall totals. So I'm still going for 3 to 6 inches here in west central Missouri on average. Now, there are going to be some cases in which some people might pick up 7, maybe 8 inches of snowfall out of this. It's not going to be uniform. It's going to be very isolated. So want to make sure you guys are aware of that. So here we are, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. We're still in those heavy bands of snow right smack dab in the middle of rush hour. So if you guys have to get out tomorrow morning, please prepare with plenty of time to be able to get to where you need to go. So this is going to be over a very broad area from St. Joe all the way down to Springfield. The road conditions are not going to be good in the morning. And then we move on off to 8, 9. Then we have round number 2 that is going to be coming in of light to moderate snowfall. That's going to add to our totals. And that's as far out as the short-term models go right now. However, I think by the time everything is said and done, 3 to 6 inches is going to be a good average for our area, with some locations picking up possibly 1, 2, 3 inches more than that, depending on if we get any of these convective snows. Now, for our friend down to the south, they're going to be dealing with more of the freezing rain, sleet, along with 1, 2, maybe 3 inches of snowfall down around Springfield, Joplin, the Osho area, Aurora. So I say those roads are going to be they're going to be really slick down there dealing with the ice. I don't mind the snow. I just don't want the ice. So I know we've had a lot of people message here. Let me jump up here and see. Maybe start answering a couple questions here before we start getting into the snowfall totals. Hi, Sally. It's coming in from Warsaw. Derek's in here. Julia. Hi, Julia. Savannah. Cassie. And, of course, my sis. She's in there stirring up all kinds of trouble, probably. Stan mentioned the roads are slick in Benton County as of 4:45. Now, and again, you guys in Benton County, you're under a winter weather advisory, not the winter storm warning. But don't take that lightly. If you get 3, 4, 5 inches of snow with a thin layer of ice, it's going to be slick, guys. So don't let your guard down just because we might not be getting a foot of snow. It's still going to be slick. You got to use common sense out there. Oh, James, you got to go all the way up to Olathe in the morning, man. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time in the morning, because it's not going to be a fun ride up to Olathe tomorrow. Hi, Jenny. Hi, PJ. Over there at Tightwad, big metropolis of Tightwad. No ice fog, PJ. We don't have to worry about that. That's one good thing. Hi, Alan. Hey, that's 100% pure water. You know, whatever you do, don't drink in forecast, ladies and gentlemen. Don't drink in forecast. Just started snowing out there on ZZ by Iconium. Thanks, Melissa. Cousin Jamie doing some kind of freezing rain down in Aurora. TSP coming in strong. Oh yeah, we were at 95% last night. If you guys caught that last night, that was 95% TSP for tomorrow. Thursday, it's really going to depend on your location, what your rural roads are looking like. You know, it's going to get, it's going to depend on how well MoDOT and city crews can get out and get the streets cleaned off. I'm going to tell you, Thursday morning is going to be pretty tough for a lot of these rural schools. If you have rural bus routes, they're not going to take a chance of getting those bus drivers out there and hurting the kiddos. So Thursday's a pretty good bet for Thursday morning. And I know a lot of schools are out Friday and Monday as well, so they might just call it all an AMI week, I guess. Hey, Rick Watson. Got the privilege of having Rick come down to our new emergency management office at the courthouse. We're basement dwellers now in the basement of Henry County Courthouse, but it's kind of nice being able to, you know, get some company. So we've had a lot of people pop in here over the last day or two, so that's been nice. Okay, so I think I answered all the questions so far, and again, if you have any questions, throw them up there on chat. I can see everybody out there. Feel free to do that. We'll take a look here at snowfall totals. Now, we're going to start with the short-term models, and again, they will only go out to about 11 o'clock. And keep in mind, these models are not going to be showing any of the convective bands. This is just what's going to be, they have a pretty good handle of how much snow is going to fall. We're already starting about 4 degrees colder than what the model data has suggested we would be for this time period. Remember what I was talking about last night, how the snow-rain ratios will get larger as the temperature goes down. So most of these snowfall totals, you can add about an inch to it because of the ratios. So not trying to get confusing, but standard across the board, 1 inch of rain equals 10 inches of snow. Now as you get colder, that ratio goes up. We'll probably be sitting somewhere around 1 inch of rain equals about 12 to 12.5 inches of snow. That's going to be roughly our ratio as we go into tomorrow. So right now, the models are showing about 1 inch of rain to 11 and a quarter inches of snow. So you can add about an inch to these model accumulations. So just to be clear. So right now, up to about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, this is brand new data that's out too. This is a brand new HRRR short-term model showing about 4 inches in Clinton, about 5 to 6 in Harrisonville, about 5 to 6 in Pettis County in Sedalia. It's showing about, that's about 3 to 4 inches in Butler, 3 to 4 in Osceola. And then as you get down toward Vernon County, there's a couple bands, and you notice there's a 6-inch band. You come over here, that's a 4 or 5-inch band. Okay, these are some of those little clusters of higher snowfall accumulations. And then if you couple that with some convective snow, where we might have maybe a brief period, 30, 40 minutes of thunder snow, that 5 inches of snow could easily be 7, 8 inches of snow. So again, you kind of want to kind of go into this. It's not really the amount of snow. We get 4 inches of snow tomorrow morning, and it's going to be a mess on the roads. You guys know that as well as I do. If we get 6 inches of snow in the morning, the roads are going to be the same way. So that's the biggest point that I want to come across. It doesn't make any difference what the snowfall totals are going to be. It's going to be slick tomorrow, so please plan accordingly. Now, this is the ARRR model. Goes to about 11 o'clock. So I told you add about an inch to that because of our temperature. So that's about 5 inches in Clinton. Okay, and then we go maybe about another inch as we go from 11 o'clock tomorrow morning till 2, 3 o'clock. I think most of the accumulating snows will be done by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, that puts us right around the 4 to 6 inch mark for Henry County. Down to the south in Vernon County, that could be maybe just a little bit higher. But it all going to kind of depend on how much snow versus sleet and freezing rain everybody gets. If they get more sleet down in Nevada, then that's going to cut back on their snow totals. So you see why this is such a burger to try to find out exactly how much snow you're going to get. But regardless, we're going to get some of that white stuff. The roads are going to be in horrible conditions for at least most of the day tomorrow. So that's what we have to remember, whether we get 4 inches or 5 inches of snowfall. 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. tomorrow in Nevada. So Savannah, the further south you go, you're going to get a little bit more of the mixed precipitation. But regardless, 3 to 5 inches of snowfall. That's going to make for kind of a ucky drive in Nevada. I can tell you that. Denise mentioned it's going to be slick because they never touch the county roads. You'll have to melt off. Yeah, and that's going to be something. And again, especially on the schools, everybody always moans and groans about, well, the kids have to stay home. We only got 1.5 inches of snow. But, the way these, the superintendents and the decision makers look at, they don't want to take a chance of having a bus of 50 kids going on a country road and have a slide off in the ditch. They don't want that to happen. They're protecting our kiddos. So now back when I was in school, by golly, you better be there. You're going to be marked absent. They could really care less back when I was going to school. But I know that can put a hardship on some parents. But really, they are looking out for our schools. For our kiddos at home. So you bet. Absolutely. Now, when we were talking last night about the potential of seeing some of this mixed precipitation, we were talking about maybe the advent of seeing some freezing drizzle, maybe some freezing rain. What was showing up last night and today that was not showing up to say 48 hours ago. And I'm going to back this up just a little bit. And then we'll take a look at another model. And then I got some exciting news for you in just a moment. So we're going to take, let's move up maybe an hour. We're going to go Clinton in Henry County. And I'm going to look at the skew T model representation. This is what's called a skew T graph. All right. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to blow this up a little bit. I know it looks confusing. I promise you I won't confuse you. I'll try not to. You have an X and a Y axis. Okay, go back to geometry class, trig. This line that's going vertically right here is how high off of the ground you are. Okay, so we're right down here on the surface. We're at the very bottom. And then, of course, you go up 850, 700, 500, 500. That's the 500 millibar chart. Remember, that's something I always look at. 500 millibars is 18,000 feet above our heads. Okay, so you can kind of use that as a guesstimate. 750 is about 9,000 feet above our heads, and so on and so forth. Now look what's going on. The red line right here, this red squiggly line, that is the atmospheric temperature. At the surface is 28 degrees. Perfect for snow, right? Perfect for snow. Now look what's going on up here at about 8,000 feet above our heads. You see how that red line moves way over here? Well, see, this is the temperature. 0 is 32 degrees. Now look what's happening up here about 9,000 feet above our heads. It hits a shallow area of warmer air. And that's what melts the snow. So it doesn't have enough time to refreeze. So it comes to the surface as freezing rain. Or possibly sleet. It all depends on how thick this warm layer of air is, whether it's going to be sleet, freezing rain, or graupel. So this is what I was seeing showing up last night. This is the data that I look at, and I thought, man, you know, we might, here in Henry County, we might start getting some of that freeze and drizzle and that mixed precipitation. That's why I posted what I did last night, and sure as the world, that's what's actually transpiring tonight. We're getting some of that mixed bag, some of that little freeze and drizzle. I don't think it's going to pose a big problem out there on the roadways tonight, but it's going to add kind of a protective layer over surfaces, and then the snow's going to get on there, and just going to make things a little bit more slippier for in the morning. So just a little learning education on, you know, I just don't take a look at the models and say, okay, well, you know, yeah, we're going to get 4 or 5 inches of snowfall. I'm constantly looking at all the data that supports what the models are showing. And you know, doing so last night, I was able to see that we were likely going to be getting some freezing rain, drizzle, before the onset of the heavy snows. Hey, Tim Worley. Warrensburg already had the AMI day tomorrow. Okay. You're getting freezing rain north of Clinton now, what Denise said. Is school going to close tomorrow? Christy is wondering. You can almost bet on it. 95% of a teacher's snow day probability. Man, that's, if I got a 95% on a test, I aced it. So I can say you can probably rest assured probably all area schools will likely be shut down in the morning. Fox 5 meteorologist never. Hey, you know what? If I was 100% right all the time, Tim, man, I'd be one rich man. You can't ever predict Mother Nature 100% of the time. That is one thing. I'm not afraid to admit it, that there have been times when I have been totally wrong with the forecast, but you know, I seem to think I probably spend more time looking at models and graphs and data than what the TV meteorologists do. And I can kind of say that with a little bit to back it up with, because as you know, what we looked at just a little bit ago with the reports into the National Weather Service, always have them 24/7, 365 at the National Weather Service offices. All the meteorologists that you see on 4, 5, 9, 41, they all ask questions to the meteorologists at the National Weather Service. Hey, when will the snow start? How much snow are we going to get? Are we going to get any ice? And then they turn whatever that the meteorologists say at the National Weather Service, they turn that into a forecast on their channel. So they're TV meteorologists. So that's one thing that I kind of take pride in, is we shrink down to 8-9 counties, and we take a look at the model, take a look at the data, and we're able to give a really good, accurate forecast for our area. And of course, being on during those severe weather times tries to keep the anxiety level down for those that might be terrified of storms. You know, that's the sole purpose I do that, is to help you guys out. So that's what I love to do. And thankfully, Radford Media Group gave me an opportunity to be able to utilize 104.9, 95.3, all of their social media platforms, to be able to get Subby's Weather Talk out there to more and more people. And it has been just awesome. So I can't thank them enough. Can't thank our sponsors of Storm Track Weather. We got Max Motors, Clayton, Hartfelt. Those guys, they stepped up to the plate. They say, hey, we want to sponsor Subby's Storm Track Weather Center. And so, you know, that's awesome to have people in the community that kind of backs us all up. So very, very excited and blessed to be a part of all that for you guys. Hey, it's Elijah. No school for Windsor tomorrow. Excellent. So we're starting to get some of these cancellations already. And I'm going to give you guys kind of a heads up. The LRC on my calendar here is showing another system coming in that we've been watching on the LRC around the 18th. Well, we've been really kind of focused on this particular storm system. But let's jump over here to the GFS, the American model. I want to show you guys something. So we're going to get through, this is snowfall totals according to the GFS. And that's about, let's see here, we'll go right around 5-6 inches for us here in Henry County, maybe parts of St. Clair and Vernon County according to the GFS model. Now, take a look at Saturday. Watch those snowfall totals jump up a little bit. This is the 18th and the 19th. This is next Tuesday and Wednesday, guys. We go out a little bit further to the 20th, 18th, 19th. Now remember, we already had about 6 inches down there for our snow that we got coming in tonight, tomorrow. And then up to 16 inches is what the GFS is showing. So, you know, we're looking at a foot of snow. What the GFS is showing for next Tuesday, Wednesday. That's what the LRC has been showing for the last 2.5 months. And now the models are just now starting to pick that up. Just today, that there's a potential for yet another storm system coming in for next week. But let's back that up. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's just worry about what's going to be going on here over the next couple days. I still think Valentine's night is still going to be fine for everybody going out, having dinner, going to a movie. We are going to have some precipitation coming in Friday night. Right now, it looks like it's going to start off all liquid form. And then we could have a mix coming in for Saturday. I don't think it's going to be too problematic. But it's definitely something that, you know, I really kind of focus a lot on this storm system. Once we get through tomorrow, I'll be looking at Saturday's storm and definitely be updating you guys if I see anything different. But good news, Valentine's Day looks to be a good day, especially for Scott Brooks, Clinton Flower Shop. He's been a hound of me all week, so I think they are going to have at least a decent day to get flowers out to the loved ones. You got to drive there around 4 a.m. Ashley, all the way to Richmond from Warrensburg. Well, let's do this. Let's Warrensburg to Richmond. Holy cow, how about Richmond, Missouri? 15-hour drive. Okay, that's a typical 49-minute drive for you. I'm going to tell you, you probably ought to give yourself probably at least an hour and a half to get to Richmond in the morning. And I'm doing that kind of conservatively because I say probably you're probably only going to be able to go about probably 35 to 45 miles per hour out there on the highways. So it's not going to be good at 4 a.m. That's going to be the onset down here. But as you start that trek up, kind of going to the northwest, they're already going to be in the snow. So I would definitely give yourself an hour and a half. And hey, if the roads are decent, you get up there in an hour and have 30 minutes before you have to be there. So be it. At least you got there safe and sound. That's what I would do. Kelly, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say nothing about a foot of snow next week. So, some good news. Why I got most of everybody still on here. Let's see here. We've got looks like I've got about 400 people in the live stream right now. So great news, and I tell you, you guys are freaking amazing. So, let's see here. I believe that was last night. One of the members posted, hey, why don't you put, your goals up? Why don't you put your thermometer up like you did last year? I totally forgot we did that last year. And so we worked up a kind of it's on the post on Subby's Weather Talk, and a little thermometer, how much money we had coming in, and what our goal is, how much we have left, and we were at about $400 and 37 cents. Everybody knows where that 37 cents comes from, and I do want to give a big shout out to Miss Hinkle, who suggested and challenged everybody, hey, why don't everybody send a donation and then add 37 cents to it? And well, I'm here to say just about everybody did of some sort. Now, I did have one viewer. He actually sent me 63 cents to help even my total out a little bit. But of course, throughout the day, we got several more donations. People were putting all sorts of $5.13 and $10.09. And anyway, long story short, let me tell you where we are at in just 24 hours. We are at $1,124. Actually, it did not put the cents in there. We're at 21 cents. So $1,124, and toward our goal of $1,750, we did about a $700 turnaround just overnight. You guys are absolutely awesome. So we've got a lot of great, if you don't know what this is, we take a Goodwill offering. This helps with all of the expenses of all the software, hardware, web hosting, being able to stream to 5 different platforms at the same time. And all that comes out of my own pocket. And we started this about 3 years ago. We build on it every year. for more raffle items. And man, we've got all kinds of awesome raffle items. We've got home weather stations. They're Wi-Fi. You can hook them up to your phone. No matter where you're at, you can see what the wind and the rain is at your house. We've got signed re-timber book. We have got some cool AccuRite rain gauges. We've got a ton of gift certificates. We've got Starbucks, R&R Bar, Mallard's Roadhouse. We got Captain D's. We got Olive Garden. We've got bunch of prizes to be able to give away. And no matter what you donate, my sister's, I'm still waiting on the check for $1 million from her. But whether it's $1, $10, or $999,999, it don't make any difference. If you donate to Subby's Weather Talk, you're entered into that raffle. We have we got a couple weeks left to get in on that, and then we are going to do a live drawing online for the prizes. So if you guys go back, look a couple of my posts, I had posted some of the prizes that we have up for grabs. So thank you guys so much. Man, I am so humbled that we did what we did last night, and I couldn't be more happy and proud to have you guys part of Subby's Weather Talk. So thank you guys very, very much. Let's see here. Kay, what about I-70 Thursday? I think by Thursday, honestly, I think the main interstates are going to be just fine. They've known about this for a long time. They put a lot of salt and liquid on the roadways, and I really think you give them roughly 20 hours, 18 to 24 hours to get the snow off of the interstates. I think I-70 is going to be fine by Thursday. Oh, hey, 705. Brad, he is a member of our Torque On weather team. Another thing that I take great pride in is the nationwide, coast-to-coast, full-service weather team. You guys heard me talk about Torque On several times. We had the executive director. We had him in for a podcast as well as a video podcast, so that's awesome. So definitely check out TorqueOnWXTeam.com if you haven't. We have tons of information. 3 to 6 inches of snow, Brad, is what we're expecting really throughout west central Missouri. So there could be some isolated pockets that we could see maybe some thunder snow, maybe add 1, 2, 2.5 inches to that total. So there are going to be some convective cells out there along with this as it moves in tomorrow. So that's one thing we really have to watch, because certain areas might be able to pick up 7 inches of snow, while somebody, say, down in Bates County might only pick up 3.5. So snowfall totals are going to be strung out all over the place tomorrow. No school, Elijah. Man, there's a lot of happy kids. I know. My son, he's 15. And, he said, man, with all this snow coming in, I tell you what, Dad, I don't care if they call school off or not. This is ridiculous. I'm staying home. I'm boycotting. I said, no. If you have school, you're going to school tomorrow. But Warrensburg got let out, so he got that free day. Appleton City just closed for tomorrow. And again, if anybody has any, if they want to see what schools in the west central Missouri is canceled, make sure you guys go over to mykdkd.com. Up at the very top. Matter of fact, let's just take a look. I don't even know how many schools are closed. Let's just take a look. mykdkd.com. You guys see that banner up there? Weather closings. Sponsored by Gary Towing and Recovery. Some of you might need that by the end of the day tomorrow. And it's one of the easiest numbers to remember, 660-885-HELP. That's all you got to remember. So let's take a look at the weather closings in and around West Central Missouri that Radford Media Group has received so far. And again, if you have a cancellation, you can email Clay info@radfordmediagroup.com or call the office 660-885-6141. All these calls go to Clay directly so we can get your closing here on the air. All right, so we've got Shawnee R3, no school, AMI day for tomorrow. We got FFCC. All locations will ship the remote operations for classes and activities for tomorrow. Leeton, no school tomorrow, AMI day. Leesville, no school. Holy Rosary, no school. Henry County R1, Windsor, no school. Davis R12, no school. Clinton Teachers Warehouse, they're closed tomorrow as well. Clinton School District, they're done. No school tomorrow. That will be at AMI Day here in Clinton. And, of course, the Clinton Community Center, Clinton Aquatic Center, I think they announced they were closed 3 days ago. They're always number 1 and 2 on our list of closings. But they are closed tomorrow, so we're already starting to get a lot of these schools already putting out closings for tomorrow to protect the kiddos from getting out, and I don't blame them for tomorrow, because tomorrow's just going to be a really yucky day. So again, go to mykdkd.com, right on the top page, click on weather closings, and you can check out all of the latest information there as well. And, of course, a big thanks to Max Motors, Clayton Hartfelt. You guys are awesome sponsoring KDKD Storm Track Weather and this live stream that we are having tonight. So, Sherwood's closed. Leeton closed. You bet. You bet, 706. I can't wait either. We are actually set up to go to the National Severe Storm Summit that fortunately is being held in Overland Park, Kansas this year. So that's going to be a 4-day event. We're going to see several storm chasers. We're going to be going to lots of lectures, talking about meteorology and the formation of storms. All the storm chasers are going to have their cards there. We get to see all of their storm chasing vehicles. We're going to have Josh Werman. If anybody remembers the show, it was called, had Reed Timmer in it, and it was on Discovery Channel. And Josh Werman was the director and founder of the Doppler on Wheels. And he is going to be there giving a presentation. So we're really, really excited for this weekend. Hopefully the weather holds decent for us. Angie, sure. Let's, hi Janet. So let's go ahead. That's this weekend, Elijah. All the tickets are sold out. It starts on Thursday and runs through Monday. So we've got several members of Torcon weather team. They're going to be driving and flying in for this. This is a national summit. We're very fortunate to have it very close to us this year up in Overland Park, but a lot of very, very, very smart people up there. So actually, one of the sponsors is actually a hometown, born and raised right here in Clinton, John Moon. If any of you guys remember John, he's actually out in Colorado right now, and he is in emergency management for a large facility out there, but he still is a storm chaser for a local TV station out there, and he is going to be there as well. So a lot of people that I have not met or have not seen for a long time is going to be up there. So excited about that. So, okay, so we had a lot of information. We had a lot of closings and cancellations that we just reviewed. So let's just kind of break it all down very simply. So for throughout West Central Missouri, whether you live in Warsaw, Sedalia, Clinton, Warrensburg, Harrisonville, Nevada, Butler, we're right in that same cluster, guys. So going for 3 to 6 inches of snowfall starting probably sometime after 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Rush hour is going to be horrible tomorrow morning. We're going to see it, most of the snowfall move off to the east after probably, I'm guessing probably around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Things are really going to start dying down as far as the accumulating snows. And again, 3 to 6 inches is what I'm going for a good average throughout West Central Missouri. Now, kind of going back what I said, there are signs showing that there could be some convective snows. That's all that is a fancy word. That means that we could have a couple thunderstorms in West Central Missouri, and of course, that temperatures being where they are, that means thunder snow. So if you should happen to get up underneath one of these, you're looking at snowfall rates 1, 2, 3 inches an hour, which is incredibly high. You could easily add a couple more inches of snowfall onto those totals. So Warrensburg, if you guys, you have 5 inches of snow on the ground and get underneath one of those thunderstorms, you could easily walk away with 7 or 8 inches of snowfall, and that possibility is for the entire West Central Missouri. But I think a good average is going to be probably right around the 4-inch total for throughout West Central Missouri. Now, regardless if we get 3 inches or if we get 5 inches, guys, the roads are going to be bad tomorrow. So if you don't have to get out, all the kiddos are out of school around West Central Missouri the way it looks already. Don't get out on the road. Just stay in, Netflix, and chill tomorrow. That'd be a good day to do it. Check out here real quick. So, Dwayne, yeah, you're talking about snowfall totals for Lincoln, and again, we're right there. I'm guessing probably 3 to 6 inches of snow. If you should happen to get one of these convective bands, you could easily get 6, maybe 7 inches of snowfall out of it. But I say a good average for everybody. You can kind of expect 3, 4 inches of snow throughout West Central Missouri with some higher totals out there. My gosh, are you kidding me? That is my oldest. Mr. Gage is actually on a live stream. And let me just tell you, I do believe this could be his very first live stream that he's ever been a part of. I got to call and tell him. I got to tell him and say, hey, you're getting snow, right? He goes, you got to be kidding. I didn't know we were getting snow. But Gagey is in there. So welcome to the live stream, Gage. You are one of, let me look here real quick, see what our numbers are looking like. We've got, we got 1, and then we've got 77, 45, 30. So, we got about 300 people here in a live stream right now. So you are one of them, Gager. So up there in North Kansas City, you're probably going to be looking probably right around the 6-inch mark, 6, 7 inches up there in North Kansas City. So definitely not going to be a good day to be delivering mail. Gage is a mail carrier up in North Kansas City, and he is not going to like me come tomorrow. He is not going to like me. It is not going to be a fun day tomorrow. Man, aren't you starting to come down with something, Gager? Boy, you don't sound very good on that chat. All right, anybody have any more questions? I'll stay on here just a couple more minutes. Maybe we'll take a look at another model. Let's see which one had come out. Let's take a look at the European model. See what they're showing. They're showing about the same, right around 5 inches, for Henry County, 6 for KC. North Kansas City, about 7 inches of snow. Let's take a look at the Canadian model. Now, they don't do local, so we have to go. So, about the same, 4, 5, 6 inches of snow. So, all the models are in pretty good agreement that, you know, that 3 to 6 inch range is probably going to be spot on for tomorrow. But whether you get 3 inches or 6 inches, guys, the roads are still going to be slick. Yeah, his typing is a little hoarse. You really need to get that checked out. You know, I'd hate for you to get pinkyitis. Let's see here, see what we've got here. Typing horse. Oh, Dawn. Crawford County. Oh, wow. You're talking Crawford County. Let's see here. That's over by St. Louis, I believe. Just kind of west of St. Louis. Well, I think you're going to be in the same boat because this storm system is moving from southwest to northeast. So you're likely going to be right in that area. We're going to take a look here real quick for you. Local, we'll go, let's go Missouri, and let's see here, you are, let's put this back up here. So the GFS model, and looks like you guys are probably right in here, just kind of northeast of Rolla, I believe. So you're in the same boat. You're anywhere between the 3 to 6 inch range over there in Crawford County as well. John's got his crappie jig ready. Well, good. Just remember that if you, if you take that shovel when you're out there on the sidewalks around the town, if you just put that blackened chartreuse about yay deep and cast about 4 feet, you'll end up with pepperoni pizza. So hopefully you caught all that. Oh, Sherry, Hermitage, tomorrow morning, it's not going to be pretty. The roads are going to be bad tomorrow morning, guys. Really throughout, from Springfield to Kansas City to Columbia to Crawford County. It's just not going to be, the roads are just going to be horrible in the morning. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time if you have to be out there tomorrow morning. Yeah, it will, Gage. It'll probably start easing up probably right around the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock time frame tomorrow afternoon for North Kansas City. A little bit later down here in west central Missouri, we're probably looking closer to 2, maybe 3 o'clock when the accumulating snows will stop. But the bulk of our precipitation, guys, is going to fall probably between the 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. time frame, 7, 8 o'clock. Hi, Diana. All right, Elijah. Thanks for coming in to the live stream, buddy. Appreciate it. So if we back this up, let's go to the short-term model here real quick, guys. And I'll kind of show you, kind of explain to you what, we got the new model coming out too. They're on hour 35 of the brand new. It's not completely loaded yet, but it has the first 35 hours so far. So that's, we get a good idea of what we can expect. This is short-term models. Again, it's sampling real-time data from weather balloons, weather stations. So here we are, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1. By 1, 2 o'clock, we're already starting to see a dusting up here in Kansas City, parts of Johnson, Cass, Henry counties. And then you see that snow starting to work in from the northwest to the southeast. Here we are. This is 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Henry County's got about a half inch on the ground. We got up in Harrisonville, Bates County, Butler. You guys have close to an inch already on the ground. And then look where it really starts to pick up right around 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that's when we're going to see probably the bulk of our heavier snows come in through around... Now, the short-term models is showing still getting some accumulating snows around 3 o'clock time frame. So it drags that on a little bit longer tomorrow afternoon. So, but for the bulk of our snow, probably from about the time people are heading to work, probably 6 a.m., 7 a.m., through around the 11 a.m. time frame, that's when we're going to get the bulk of our snow. Laura, man, you're sitting there making me sit there and tell you to stay home. I'll just blame the weather guy. So, Sedalia to Marshall for work. Stay home or go in, but leave early or stay all day and hope they get the roads cleared off. Oh, my goodness. Maybe throw a couple more variables in there, Laura. That'd be awesome. I don't know what time you have to go in the morning, but you just seen it. The bulk of the precipitation, the heavier bands, maybe some thunder snow is likely going to happen between the 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. time frame. We're still getting some accumulating snows at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, even though it has lightened up a little bit. It's going to be slick out there regardless. If you want my personal opinion, I would just call in and stay home tomorrow. I mean, nobody needs to be out on the roads tomorrow, period, if they have a means not to have to be. So, the cold weather gone. Well, I tell you what, let's just take a look at that. Actually, you'll be kind of surprised. So, of course, one of the great things that we get with the sponsorship, of course, with the LRC, is we get the Global Predictor as part of our package. Now, this is a very simplified way of being able to have an idea for long-range forecasting. We also get to utilize what's called the dashboard. And I'm going to give everybody a little bit of a sneak peek. Okay, just a small sneak peek. We're not going to stay on it very long. But because of your generosity so far, take a look. We got approached with Subby's Weather Talk to be a partner with Weather 2020. Not just a corporate sponsor, but a partner with Gary Lezak, the LRC, and Weather 2020, because we utilize that so much in our forecasting. If you guys go to my website, subbysweathertalk.com, you will notice in the video news, we have a lot of videos there with Gary talking about the changing weather, the LRC. I've been a big proponent for the last, right at 20, 25 years, and just an incredible methodology. So let's take a look at this here real quick. Before we go to the Global Predictor, you guys ready? Look at this. Partner, Subby's Weather Talk. Look at that, guys. How awesome is that? I wasn't even going to bring this up tonight, but I got to show you. Because of your generosity, we were able to put pretty much a down payment on the corporate sponsorship. And even prior to that, they reached out to us here at Subby's Weather Talk, and they said, we want you to be a partner with us. So as of last week, Subby's Weather Talk now are partners with Weather 2020 and the LRC. How cool is that? Very, very excited about that. This opens up the door to so many things. Now, and I'm not going to stay on this very long. We're going to go to the global predictor here, but I wanted to kind of brag on you guys and what your generosity does. This is worldwide, guys. This is worldwide. You go to Taiwan right now and bring up Weather 2020, you're going to see Subby's Weather Talk as a partner and corporate sponsor of the LRC methodology. So super cool. They are offering huge discounts if you're a Subby's Weather Talk listener. You've got this is just awesome. They've got all kinds of different you can save with the promo. You can be if you're a farmer and you want that dashboard to know when the wet days are going to be over the next 10 months, dry days. I've already got 2 farmers that are pulling the trigger on this already. So we've got all kinds of products that we are going to be talking about here over the next couple months. So very, very excited about this. So, but let's go back over to the global predictor. And Jay Spoon was talking about when are we going to start warming up. So now keep in mind the temperatures, even though they have an actual temperature shown here on the calendar, the colors is what you want to pay strict attention to. The more orange, hot colors, the darker they are, the more well above average the temperatures are going to be for that day. If they're cool colors like the blues and the light blues, those are going to be well below average temperatures. And we can kind of see where our fronts are going to be and what the trending is going to be. So, of course, the last couple days in February is showing well above average temperatures, showing 61 for the 27th, 57 on the 28th. And now let's go into March. Now, we do have a cold snap the first 3 days of March. Now, according to the LRC, and for some of the portfolios that I hand out to farmers, we notice that there is a warm front coming in right after this cold front. Remember the battle of the masses, cold fronts, warm fronts, where they meet, especially that time of year when we have plenty of moisture, is the possibility for severe weather. Man, we're going to jump from winter to spring in a matter of just a few days. So we have temperatures really warm up the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, all the way through to the last week of March, and then we have a cold front move through. But taking a look at precipitation, notice I said the 5th, 6th, 7th in that time frame. That's going to be a big storm system, guys. So the potential is there for severe weather. And we are talking the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th of March. And now this has held true all the way back. It was showing the storm system that we are having today and tomorrow, as well as the storm system we had back January 5th and 6th when we got those 3 to 5 inches of snow and all the ice. It shows all of these storm systems all the way back Thanksgiving. That's how incredible the LRC is. So you can kind of pencil it in. The 5th, 6th, 7th of March storm system, the possibility of having an early start to severe storm season. And then once we go into April, we have a cold start and then a warm up, likely severe weather right around the 6th, 7th, 8th, right around the 10th, 11th, 12th, and again right around the 13th through 15th. Those are our severe weather dates for April. So there's so many things that I would, I don't want to geek out on you guys because I'm a weather nerd, but there's so much information just on a simple program like this that only costs about $5-6 a month on your phones or your desktop, there's so much information that you can take from this. So you go anywhere around the world. If somebody, say you want to take a nice leisurely trip to, say, Baghdad. I'm just using it for an example. We go to Baghdad in April 2025. Look at that, 94, 95. Very hot second week of April. 80s cool down for the third week. You go anywhere around the world and get a forecast up to 6 months in advance by using the global predictor. So, going back to Clinton Mo, where I think we're going to see our big change as far as going from winter into spring is going to be that first threat of severe weather on the 5th, 6th, 7th of March. I think that's going to be our transition time. As far as the last frost, let's go to low temperatures. The LRC is showing the 4th of March being our last frost. Now, there's going to be a couple days that's going to be close, 34, 35 degrees. But according to the LRC, right around March 1st or 4th is going to be our last freeze for the year. So, if we can hold out to about the 4th and 5th of March, I think all we're going to do is continue to see the crappie continue to work their way to the banks for the month of April and May. Let's see, Kelly said 4th of March. That is really, that's the transition time. That's going to be the last freeze according to the LRC. Now, we do have a couple days there at the end of the month that get down to 34, 35 degrees. So we could have a frost, maybe not a freeze, but we could have a frost toward the end of March. But right now, it's looking like that first week of March is really going to be our transition time between winter and the summer. Thanks for all the kind words there, Laura. I appreciate that. Just getting caught up on some of these texts here. Flight at KCI Saturday morning at 5 a.m. Kimmy, you know, we talked about this here about a week ago. I remember we talked about this, and, you know, I kind of said that you were going to be kind of in between storms right then. So, and I still think you are going to be in between. You're going to be in that happy zone in there, but, you know, there's a lot of variables right now. Take a look at the temperatures. Let me jump over to just go to National Weather Service real quick, just to show you. Take a look at these low temperatures, guys. We're going to be down in the single digits tomorrow night. 8 degrees for the low, according to the National Weather Service, and I think our in-house model down at Skytrack Weather Center. Over at Baumgard's Weather Center, utilizing the Skytrack model, is right around the same temperature. So single digits Wednesday night, only the high of 26 on Thursday. Thursday night, we're in the teens, 12 degrees. Now take a look at Friday. We jump up to 42, 34 for the overnight low on Friday night. So we go from 8 degrees for the low on Wednesday to 34 for the low on Friday. And then we're going to see that chance for that mix coming in on Saturday. So to answer your question, I think you're still in between that storm system like we talked about last week. I think you're kind of in that happy zone. But Friday night, 34 degrees. If we have any snow left over on the ground, that's going to drop us down a degree or two. You know, that snow acts like ice in a cup. You know, anything you pour in that cup is going to turn colder. same thing. If we have a snowpack on the ground come Friday night, that low temperature might be down to 32. And then you'll have to worry about some slick spots on the way to KCI early Saturday morning. So I think what I told you back last week on that was I think you're going to be in between storms. But if you don't want to have to worry about it, you might want to catch a hotel room close to the airport. Then that way you're not having to worry about temperature sway of 1 to 2 degrees. And that's what you're having right now. No, I'm not. I'm not even going to go there, Kelly. Not going to go there. So the LRC has been showing the potential on my calendar. I have the 18th, 19th of February as another storm system, a weak one. And this is going to be the same system that affected us right around the 11th, 12th of January that produced some rain for us at that time. That's when we just came out of that cold snap and started to warm up just a little bit. On those days we got rain. Well, that same system's coming in on 18th, 19th, but we're going to have colder temperatures in place already. So that's why some of these models are sit there showing the potential of getting a few inches of snow next week with that storm system that brought us rain back in January. So, do you need to rent a snowmobile come down Saturday? No, you'll be fine Saturday. MCI, tomorrow afternoon, it'll be a mess. If you jump over, I looked at this over in emergency management today, but if you jump over to MCI's to the airport page, they have a warning that there could be some flights that be delayed due to winter weather moving in. So keep that in mind as well for tomorrow. But it's not going to be a good drive. I can tell you that. It's not going to. It's going to be ugly. I mean, take a look at the temperatures. You guys saw what the low temperature is supposed to be. Supposed to be down in single digits. So tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, we're going to have to worry about black ice. And anything that might have melted because of the salt on the roadways, it's going to flash freeze tomorrow night, going down to 8 degrees. So, just because it might not be snowing tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, the roads might be really slick tomorrow night because of the flash freeze. Hi, Chuck. Collins area. Right now, probably down in Collins, I'm going to say probably 2 to 3 inches of snow. And you're going to have to deal with maybe some icing, more so than us up here further north. So I think I had you guys down 1 to 3 inches of snowfall, and the possibility of maybe 1/10 of an inch of ice down there. So now Collins is still in that area where you might see some convective snows, Chuck. So if you should happen to get underneath a quote thunderstorm with temperatures being below freezing, you could get some very heavy snowfall rates for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it could easily add an inch or two to your totals. So that's going to be really from Kansas City all the way down to Springfield. And they might be dealing with what we had to deal with back with when this same storm system came back July 5th, 6th, and 7th, or I'm sorry, January 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th, when we got all that thunder sleet. You guys remember it was thundering and absolutely sleet coming down, piling up. That's what they may be dealing with down closer to Springfield, Ozark, Joplin, Aurora area come tomorrow morning. So yeah, it is, Chuck. It is. We do have a thin layer of kind of a glaze of ice out there on the cars and stuff, even up here in Henry County right now. All right, guys, we talked a lot of information. The biggest takeaway right now, 3 to 6 inches of snow, possibly some heavier amounts out there in West Central Missouri. Regardless, if you get 3 inches of snow or 5 inches of snow, it's going to be slick in the morning. So please give yourself plenty of time to get out there on the roads. I will be in early tomorrow morning into Baumgart's Weather Center, and I will. I'm either going to go live here at the home weather center, or I'm going to be going down to Baumgart's, and I will be going live. If we still have a few that are still in this live stream that are new, I encourage you guys to jump over to subbiesweathertalk.com. It's kind of a one-stop shop. You do have you got podcasts you can listen to. We have interactive radar. Now, what's neat about this interactive radar, you can do everything with it. This is weather radar and showing some already Rich Hill, Shell City. There's already seeing some winter mix going on down there. But if you want to see, look at all these. You got satellite, wind, cloud, temperatures, rain accumulations. If you want to go to temperatures, you click on that. You can see where all the temperatures, wherever you want to go around the country. Shows you what the current temperatures are. There's so much you can do here on the interactive radar. But more importantly, if you go over here to winter weather info here under the menu, you've got Missouri road conditions, Kansas road conditions, winter weather safety, and all of the power outages mapped for around West Central Missouri. We got Osage Valley, Evergy, Saco, Osage, Como. You can click on that. All you got to do is click on that. You can instantly pull up, how many areas have power outages. You can jump over and take a look at Missouri road conditions. That will pop it up. You know exactly what the road conditions. Looks like they're already dealing with some ice, snow-covered roads up in Platte County, up around St. Joe, right around the airport. They already have completely covered highways up there, guys. And the storm system hadn't even, it's not even affecting us yet. This is all precursor to the main system moving in after 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So definitely check out that website. Check out, let's see if we have any more cancellations. So you go to mykdkd.com, click on the weather closing banner up at the top of the page. Brought to you by Gary Towing and Recovery. And let's see what we've got here, see if we got any more. Ballard, looks like Ballard is a new one that has come in. Ballard R2, no school Wednesday, AMI day number 1 for Ballard. Those are the only new closings that we have received so far. If you want to get your organization, business, or school, if you want this to go out on the internet through mykdkd.com, we have tons of people that check this all throughout the day and night, checking on cancellations. We get a lot of traffic. So make sure you email us at info@radfordmediagroup.com, or you can call the station 660-885-6141, where Clay has had this by his hip throughout the entire night and updating the website as he gets those cancellations. So if you want a business, school, event postponed or canceled tomorrow, get a hold of us. We'll be more than happy to put this out there so that everybody will have the information that they need to make those decisions tomorrow morning. Let's see, Charlie. So subbiesweathertalk.com was the one that showed the interactive radar, the winter weather information, the power outages, as well as the road conditions. You go to www.subbiesweathertalk.com, and you can find all that information there, plus a whole bunch. I made that website for you guys, for members of Subby's Weather Talk. That's your website, and it's loaded full of information. So take some time, take a look at it, get familiar with the website, and you'll find all kinds of information there. Oh, thanks, sis. So my sis just went ahead and put up a link to subbysweathertalk.com. Hey sis, if you get a chance, type in there mykdkd.com. Also, throw it out there on the chat so people can click on it and go right to it if you guys want to see the closings and cancellations. Also working on an awesome weather tab up here. We got SkyTrack weather. We got area storm shelters if you're in west central Missouri. And as we get closer to storm season time, I put together this list of storm shelters. If you do not have a basement, if you're terrified of storms, we've got all of the area storm shelters listed right up there underneath the weather tab. We got the weather blog. I try to do them daily, but here as of late, it's been pretty busy with the snowstorm. But definitely check out the weather blog, and I typically do one every day. We talk about maybe some the LRC. We talk about the upcoming forecasts. I mean, there's hundreds of them on here, so definitely check that out as well on mykdkd.com. Thanks, sis. She put the link up there in the chat. And again, big thanks to Max Motors, Clayton Hartfelt. They actually sponsor this Storm Track weather segment, this live stream that we're having tonight. This allows Clay to be able to utilize me and my information to get out to thousands of people throughout west central Missouri. So a big thanks to those two sponsors for Storm Track weather and this live stream that we are having tonight. All right, guys. So it looks like we're, we've been on here for quite a while. We've been, let's see here, about an hour and a half so far we've been on here. So hopefully I got everybody's questions answered. You guys kind of know what we're going to be expecting through the rest of the night. I will likely go ahead and put up or on Subby's advisory page, Subby's West Central Missouri advisory page and YouTube, I will likely put I'll probably put a live SkyTrack forecast page that will stream following this. And that's going to have radar. It is going to have model that come out throughout the night. It's also going to have some great information there for you guys. I'll go ahead and run that. So if you guys want to check back at say 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock and see if there's any new information, you guys can jump on that live stream, and we'll run that through in the morning until I get down to the Weather Center and update everybody with the live stream on what we're seeing out there. Because now is really kind of the time that we do what's called nowcasting. We kind of know what the models are showing. We kind of throw them out the window, and we take a look at radar. We take a look at the trends, and excuse me, and we nowcast. So that's pretty much in that time frame when we start doing that right now. So, all right, guys. Looks like that's about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. And again, I will be first thing in the morning. You're going to be able to catch me on wherever you're watching this stream right now. You're going to be able to catch a live stream in the morning. We'll take a look at some traffic cams. We'll take a look at some of our sky cams that we have in and around west central Missouri. We'll take a look at what's going on out there, see how fast the traffic is flowing on some of the main roads. And we'll take a look at the latest information first thing in the morning. So everybody stay safe. Remember, if you don't have to get out tomorrow morning, stay home, Netflix and chill. So you bet. Laura, hey, thank you for reminding me. If you're still on YouTube, if you're still on Facebook, make sure you give a thumbs up, a like to the stream, because due to the algorithms of Facebook, Meta, and YouTube. The more thumbs up you get on our videos, the more it's likely just to pop up on people's feeds to get more information out there to people here in West Central Missouri. So thank you guys so much. Stay safe, stay weather aware, and we'll be talking to you guys first thing tomorrow morning.